everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having a fantastic day. Believe it or not, it's actually a Sunday when I'm filming this. And I'm filming this on a Sunday, not because I'm a workaholic, but because on Friday last week, we found out at 11 a.m. that we were going to get a car to review at like 4 in the evening. And it has to be reviewed this week because it has to go back on Friday. And that kind of put all of our entire production schedule into disarray because we'd planned to have a car and then it got removed, and then we got a different car from a different place. And so we've had to change all of our filming and everything. And so in order to get this coloured and ready for next weekend, I need to film it this weekend so that Michael can work on it tomorrow, because they're not going to be in the studio this week because they're going to be away filming all the pretty pictures for the review that Kate and I are going to be filming tomorrow. So not a lot has happened in the garden, but it is a glorious day, and I wanted to show you some of the things that have been happening. Look, our butternut squashes are finally starting to grow. They're going to be quite small this year, I think. But these are still really healthy and strong. The plants are still producing flowers. We haven't had any super cold temperatures yet, although, as I think I said in the chicken and garden the other day, it is due to forecast to get down into low single digits this week. Single digits centigrade, of course, or Celsius, to give it its proper name. But we have some pumpkins still here, and I'm going to be making a pumpkin pie later on today, which will be lovely. The other thing that's kind of funny and amusing is that we have, other than large amounts of weeds, we do have some more melons coming in here. Look, there's another one right here. Check that out. Little tiny one, yes. But we can't complain. I know one of my dear friends likes watermelons, and she's from Texas, and I've promised her some watermelons if I actually ever make them next year. I think the ones this year are a little bit too small for her to enjoy, but I think I'm on the cusp of being able to do it next year. The corn has kind of given up, and I think I've kind of given up on the corn too, but there are still beans growing. Look. We've still got some kind of straggler of the string beans here. We didn't have very large numbers of beans this year. And if there's anything I've learned this year, it is that different years have different amounts of fruit and veg, different kind of quantities and qualities. I noted down here, we still have some zucchini or courgettes that are awaiting harvest, and I will probably have them this week. I've got a plan for a stuffed marrow or a stuffed zucchini courgette later this week, and then that will probably be it for those. The parsnips, though, the parsnips are doing incredibly well, and I'm starting to think about what we're going to do next year, because this was an absolute success here. I was so happy about this. We're still seeing some flowers coming on this zucchini, and because it is kind of hidden, maybe we'll get some more plants grow. Again, these are really healthy flowers, and this is shaded from the worst of the winter winds. And of course, we've got trees back here, so it's a really shaded place. I'm wondering if we're actually going to see some more growth. The chickens, meanwhile, the chickens are still in there. We're fed up. We're not feeling great. We have been molting. They have been molting so much. And it looks terrible in here. If you're not a chicken person, you'll take one look in here and go, you're neglecting your chickens. But the reality is they are losing feathers at a rapid rate right now. Some of them have got their pin feathers showing. Some of them haven't. And I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. But Carolyn in the back there, she started the molt first. She is doing the best. I'm not letting you guys out right now because I'm filming. I'm really sorry. But, I'm hoping they'll start laying again in a couple of weeks' time. The back garden is looking great. If you hear noise, it's because my wife is at home in the shop doing woodworking because it's the weekend. But if you look back here, I haven't bothered cutting the grass, and I think I'm not going to. I might do some leaf blowing later today, try and tackle the leaves here and tackle some of those. But for the most part, it's just heavy leaves everywhere, not a lot else. And that obviously is because we are now very much into autumn. And a lot of people say, well, you're in the Pacific Northwest. There are lots of deciduous trees here. Aren't you don't you get a few leaves because most of your trees are evergreen? Do you not have to worry about leaves? And the answer is, we still have a lot of deciduous trees. We really do. Over here, I don't think I talked to you about this last week. We have one of the sunflower heads that needs to be dried out, and then we'll be able to get some of the seeds out. They're still a bit moist right now, but my plan is to harvest these seeds and also these seeds so that next year I have large numbers of seeds to plant, and then hopefully for next year we'll be able to grow more seeds, more sunflowers from our own batch. I also want to show you out here, because this broccoli, while I thought it was done, just keeps coming back. There's a dog there. He heard me. He's getting grumpy. Also, these potatoes, which were the ones that were planted from seeds. Let me see if I can just oogle around in here and see if I can find a potato to show you. They're not very big, but they're not bad. And put that back in there. I will harvest it properly later on. But they're doing really well. I mean, this time of year, obviously the temperatures have started to fall and things are doing a lot better. I have decided that putting my broccoli and my cauliflower and all of that here was a bit of a bad choice. So I won't be doing that again next year. But what I will be doing again next year is planting large numbers of potatoes, large numbers of parsnips, because they have done really, really, really astonishingly well. No, I don't have a Kia. That's Kate's car. We're working on, she's going to be driving that back tomorrow. But you can see here, look, the parsnips are doing incredibly well. These are some lovely large ones. This is one that that failed. But we've still got a decent number of parsnips growing here. And we still have a decent number of parsnips in this one. Some of them are quite small, as you can see, that one there. And some of them, that one here is quite a big boy. So I can't complain really, given the amount of, excuse me, my nose is running. Given the amount of work that we've put in this year, I'm very pleased and I'm very proud to see that everything has harvested exactly as I would have hoped. The only things really this year that have had problems have been the beans and the peas, because I didn't plant them soon enough. The corn, because I don't think I planted it soon enough. But everything else has really been a bit of a success. Now, to finish the thumbnail, we are now starting to see our outside tomatoes ripening. These are our outside tomatoes, and they are ripening in large quantities. So we are going to soon be into tomato chutney growing season. But the thing I want to show you in here is, I said a couple of weeks ago that the cucumbers are all done. The cucumbers are not all done. Lemon cucumber, lemon cucumber, lemon cucumbers, all the lemon cucumbers, lemon cucumber. And while we have some dieback here, we've still got large amounts of lemon cucumbers. And if you look in here, this is a lemon cucumber that I harvested this morning. I've got some tomatoes in here. If I pull those away, you'll see there's more lemon cucumbers in there. And then these are English cucumbers that I thought my English cucumbers were done. And I was looking into this far corner where the pickles are, and I noticed some of these. So the long English cucumbers, these guys here, they've all gone this way. So all of the lemon cucumbers have gone this way, and all of the English cucumbers that were in here that I thought had all died off had gone that way. And clearly one of the plants had decided to start growing again. So we have 3 very nice English cucumbers that are just there, plus all of these tomatoes. Look at those. Those are incredible. I do that in a way that doesn't cause those to fall off. And then if you look in here, I mean, I joke about tomato chutney, but check these out. Big old bunch there, big old bunch of tomatoes there. If you look here, we've got more tomatoes coming through here. We've got a big beefsteak down there, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, and they're still flowering and they're still growing. I think I'm going to have to start cutting them down because at the end of the day, there's only so many tomatoes that one person can harvest. I've probably harvested a good 10 pounds of tomatoes already. And I think I'm going to have to start kind of drawing the line and going, okay, I've got enough. The other thing I wanted to show you was my tomatillos. For those who haven't seen a tomatillo, that's what it looks like inside its this little case. So they grow like this. And inside you have one of these. This one's not 100% ready yet, but as you can see, my tomatillo plant is kind of getting in the way of the front of the greenhouse. So I'm going to have to cut these back. But the tomatillos are growing incredibly well. And then in the back here, I may also have some peppers. In fact, I think I can see a pepper right back there that might need some harvesting. So despite me thinking that the cucumbers and the peppers and the tomatoes were kind of reaching the end of their year, look at this little tiny tomato. I've been proven completely wrong. So if you are a mutual friend of mine, not just somebody who follows me on YouTube, but if you're an actual mutual friend or a family member, and I've reached out to some of you, and you want some lemon cucumbers, that's what they look like when they are ready. They sort of start off like this, and then they eventually turn yellow. Then reach out, because legitimately, I cannot make any more pickles. I am the only person in my family who eats pickles, and I've got too many already. Anyway, tell me how your garden is doing. What are you doing to prepare for the upcoming change of seasons wherever you happen to be? I know a lot of people kind of go, oh, but yes, you think about the Northern Hemisphere. I also think about the Southern Hemisphere. So if you're in Aotearoa, you're in New Zealand, you're in another country in the Southern Hemisphere, and you're just starting to get ready for growing, tell me. Hey, growing happens all year round somewhere. So tell me about your adventures in the down below, and I'll see you next Sunday for another chicken and garden update. Bye. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got some thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers that you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Alan Brim, Jim, Sarah Horlock, full name, Todd Johnson, Roderick, Stuart Despain, Rupert Ronson, Larry Phoenix, Darla, Wendy Kelly Bundenbaum, and Kay. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address also linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below. Don't forget that Halloween is coming, and we've got some great designs for the season. We've also got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.